Good morning, everyone. We are here with a SGL qualifier for 2023. On commentary today, I have one of my best friends in the community. He is artificial on paper, but he's real in our hearts. It's Artificial Red, and I am Pyra.
Good morning, everyone. Hope we're ready to see a nice showcase here on Speed Games.
Yeah. This is qualifier number 9 for the 2023 SGL online tournament. Our runners today are Fabio and Zephyr, both incredibly good runners, so this should be a good show.
Yeah, for sure. And both runners on stream today playing in their 5th, so they're looking to get in their last bit of scoring to solidify that top 32 spot.
Yeah. Best runs do not count. I actually do not have the standings page up, so I don't know what these guys would need to improve upon for their scores. So I can try and pull that.
In the meantime, we can take a look at what we're starting out with here. It's like we have Minuet and Kokiri Stone, so already a free song to start.
Yeah. And that is one of our 5 required rewards, which is good. So currently only looking like we might need to do 4 dungeons, so we could have a pretty quick one today. He said, totally not planning on cursing it. Haha, take that.
Yeah, that minimum 4 can easily turn into 8. Well, 7, I guess.
So, and that menu at start could easily chain into a couple songs, potentially. I'm assuming we're going to probably see both of our runners playing that immediately to check it.
Absolutely.
It's usually
question in chat. Yes, light med in these settings is pre-completed, so you have that in addition to your original free reward. And by pre-completed, that means every check in that dungeon will be forest barren, so you don't even have to look at it.
Conveniently helps cut down a little bit on the casino sometimes, and it looks like we are getting started here. So this is kind of already an interesting divergence. Zephyr probably going to check the 4 hints while Fabio just plays the song immediately. Fountain, Castle, DMT, and OGC. Ooh, those are not.
And that's
super nice.
That was a K sword on Darunia.
One of our other friends, Holologic, already in shambles. With an early Nocturne too, which is actually super nice to just pop back to Kakariko if you're doing like this early Kokiri song play. It actually kind of worked out for Zephyr that he ended up getting a good work off the minuet after checking the hints. So yeah. We have not actually seen a medallion check, so we don't even know if that Kokiri sword is actually required yet. Do not believe, because unlike most settings, the medallions are not on the pedestal, they're actually in the menu. So we will probably see it as soon as one of these guys needs to menu. But yeah, to see what our dungeon layout is.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people do now, is just wait until the first menu to check.
It makes sense. It's efficient with how slowing menuing is in Ocarina of Time. Oh, and a Goron City to Baronade hint, which, with hint logic, cannot be the Kokiri sword, actually. Because something that is direct hinted cannot also be hinted in a way of the hero location. So there's actually 2 items in Goron City somewhere.
That's right, as we get a hook shot, which is also on path to Bongo.
Hookshot to Bongo was not the most useful information, but...
Yeah, that could just mean anything. It could mean something behind hook, or just hook to get to Bongo.
However, it is the revealing of one of our rewards, so Shadow Temple gonna be required.
So a nice chew pack on Dompe.
Not picking up the Nehru's Love is a travesty. So yeah, interesting kind of informational start right now, and the hookshot kind of giving our runners a few places to potentially go. Pretty standard openings so far, I would say. The Graveyard into CAC, Zephyr going up river, kind of the two big plays that people can do early on in the game.
Yeah, just a couple of really safe options.
Yeah. No one after my heart of going child immediately. Travesty, but it's fine. I'll get over it.
One day it'll pay off for you.
Listen. Yeah, I do like I like Zephyr setting the time of day to go upriver here too. Using OGC, setting it to night. Although that actually becomes, I think, a little bit less efficient when you have Nocturne, because of exactly when time of day changes, I think. He might have to just kind of like sit there waiting a little bit instead of running all the way back to CAC.
It should be
Depending on-
right about when you get to the top of river. It should be
Oh,
turning day.
oh, but it pays. Here we are with our...
Or a spirit for stones. I didn't catch the meds.
the medallions are Jabu and it looked like Spirit? Not Spirit. You said Spirit. It must be Shadow, right?
Yeah, it has to be Shadow because we had a Bongo
Shadow,
hints.
Jabu, Spirit.
Dens on adult fishing, it looked like.
Ooh. Our hints are kind of loaded today.
And Big Goron with the bow.
What is... Okay, just everything's gonna be all hint. This is great. This looks really good. And nothing can possibly trip us up with any of those.
Unless we have yet another prescription trade quest with no Bolero. And it's a hard required bow.
That is valid. Ocarina of Time teaches Serenade, which is actually kind of a nice hint in these settings, because since the rewards are the 3 stones for the bridge, and then Spirit and Shadow medallions for the boss key, Ocarina of Time is actually not an always hint. That counts as one of our sometimes hints. So knowing that that song is dead is kind of nice, because it just potentially tells you don't really need to rush the 3-stone song reward, at least. So.
We haven't seen our dead song yet, so we should... We know OOT is Serenade, so one of our remaining song checks is going to be an item. Whether it be good or not, we don't know yet.
Correct, yes. Which is also kind of a nice thing about getting that Ocarina of Time sometimes, and it just gives you more knowledge about where your songs can or can't be, and the one that always, like, gives me pause with these settings is the Ice song, just because you don't want to go all the way to Ice expecting to get a song and suddenly you're handed, like, with 2 blue rupees at the end of Ice. Feels really bad. And of course, Serenade is great for doing a lot of really fun child routes, because Lake is great.
Another way to get the valley, huh, Pyra?
It is, yes. But actually, we don't even need to de-child Lake, because we have the hookshot already with Free Scarecrow to get the dins. So. But
so far, both just kind of retracing. We should see where they plan to go from here. With DC pre-completed, I would say that would be the first step, but that's not happening today. So we might just be going child after this.
yeah. Zephyr is in a little bit of a better spot just because of that bomb bag. He can actually go up and check a lot of Goron City that's left, because those 2 child checks are hinted. The statistical likelihood that you could actually just get the hinted item with bombs is pretty high, given the right side of maze, Link the Goron.
True, and you could bring that into Crater for another song check.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that's where we'll see him going, and then Fabio will be a little bit more of an interesting choice if he defaults to just going child at this point, or if he runs all the way back to 3 graveyard. Fabio checking the meds. It was a 10 chewback, so the explosives, even if you don't make an early river play, aren't the worst scenario.
Yeah, you could do a
Anyone?
lot with 10.
Yeah. 10's like kind of the middle ground where I don't necessarily like hard scum stuff, but I definitely do look to kind of preserve them. But at least on Restream, we're not going to have to be dealing with any of that. Both of our runners have their bomb bags. And I would just like to point out, with those 4 Baron hints, none of them were Garuda Valley. I'm just saying, it's still possible.
Yeah, it's an option.
Fabio does decide to go back child, so we will see what he's got going. Oh, I like that. I don't know if I ever would have actually considered doing it in this order of immediately minuetting as child to go do your Kokiri Forest stuff, and then probably preluding back to market at the end. This is a pretty clever adaptation there.
Yeah, it makes sense because Fabio hasn't been through Lost Woods yet. Go ahead and get all the info and the checks.
That is true, we didn't go through So yeah, this is a very interesting start. We've got a lot of knowledge already with some of the item locations. We've got the 2 main items you're looking for early, which is Bomb Bag and Hook. The world is kind of our runner's oyster for a little bit here. Wow, that was... I did not think Zephyr was going to make that jump. That was a much freer jump than I thought it is.
As the guy who misses Rufio all the time.
I don't miss Rufio, I just don't check him. It's intentional time save. Listen, never trust a man randomly hanging out on a rig. It's weird. It's
I
weird.
mean, you're not wrong.
So Zephyr's going to be running up through Baron DMT past Baron DC to get to a hinted location, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do. Was that Skull Mask with the second bomb bag?
Yeah. So that's actually vaguely nice that we're not going to get a stupid bomb bag path, because both that river bomb bag and Skull Mask are both Sphere 0. So we can kind of ignore any like bait for bomb bag shenanigans with any future hints. But yeah, we're just continuing the trend of every item being explicitly stated on a hint. Wait, holy... DMT's Baron, and Bigoron's a bow, right?
Oh, yeah.
So... it doesn't really do a whole lot for us, but actually the Bigoron trade quest item is going to be bomb locked, or bow locked, interestingly enough. That's a really weird logic quirk. Or, potentially blue fire to trade it in is bow locked.
Surely that won't mean anything later, right?
Yeah, but that's just like a really kind of interesting quirk you don't see a lot. When you get a region foolish like DMT, it means that Bigoron is also dead, even before you get to him. The same thing with like River making Frogs 2 dead. So seeing that that's a bow kind of can potentially give you a little bit of information. Well,
Oh, another one.
Okay. Jeez. Goron City needs to calm down. Goron City was not Path to Rova, was it?
Baronade.
It gave us a scale, and it gave us a mirror shield, and it gave us a bottle.
I don't see the scale. We have ZL already. We have Sphere Zero bombs.
Yeah. I mean, it could just be something like a Vanilla Ruto's in Lake, but that mirror shield potentially being Baronade is kind of interesting.
Mirror Shield seems the most likely, so oh, never mind. That'll do it.
Okay, this game is going to be very simple. It's going to be great. Everyone's going to be go mode or glow mode at sub hour, and we're going to find out that lights are in Ganon's castle. We're going to be looking for strengths. This is a nutty early game with everything you could possibly hope for. I guess we need 2 strengths for Spirit. Damn, that's not even fun. Ah. We have Fabio going into an early well. I think this is a pretty good play. Very dense location. You can full clear it with what you have.
Yeah, and you're in and out of here pretty quick, seeing as you can peek pretty much all the checks.
Yeah. So. Just this is one of those places that you like. It never feels like a bad play, and then it doesn't have anything, and you weep gently a little bit because, you know, Fate of the Well is a meme for a reason. But we do have a big chest. More chews. We are pretty flush with explosives this seed, so that's not a...
Yeah, a few more wouldn't hurt, right?
No, but they're pretty useful for quicker explosives than having to pull bombs in certain spots, but... Definitely would have been hoping to find an actual item in that big chest there. And meanwhile, Zephyr coming through got a vanilla Bolero. I did not see what was on the volcano there.
That domain to Phantom Ganon?
Ooh. Well, we have a hook, we have access, so it's got to be bow or strength. Now,
anyone here for first bow on King Zora?
Ooh, that's not required, but that might be useful. Fabia finding a long shot in the bottom of the well. So. Which is interesting because that is not hookshot locked. So if the Kokiri Forest to Bongo path is for hookshot, it's actually for long shot.
Yep. And then we just saw Goron City the Rova, so another WoWy hint.
Yeah. That one feels pretty bad. Because... actually... Yeah, okay, wait, we found the right. Yeah, I mean, I would always kind of prefer the mirror shield getting hinted and being a little casino-y for strengths, but once you find the mirror shield, you just hope that that's not the hint, and then to find the hint is kind of annoying, so... Yeah, this seed is throwing a lot at us very quickly. We're still gonna need to find Sorry's song, which could potentially be somewhere annoying, like on Prelude Check or an Ice. Still need to find some strengths. Hovers can be anywhere, but this has been a very information-heavy seed so far. I think Zephyr having a little bit of the extra information going into this child segment is pretty good too. Like, he knows he should probably make his way up to domain. Having the scale makes it a little bit easier to like force yourself to go do that. You don't have to run all the way up river.
Yeah, like you could just route that in with your Lost Woods clear.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a big chest in the bottom.
These locations have been very dense with big chests so far. Goron City having 4 major items, Bottom of the Well having like 4 major items. There are... Okay, never mind, that's not a major item. That's just a thing.
Just the first of like 9 slings.
Yeah, so... it's been kind of nice to watch this divergence between the two runners too. Zephyr getting kind of the longer adult 1 segment with just the ordering of river to CAC instead of CAC into river.
Oh, and there's opponents on Burning CAC, which is behind Long Shot. So that's good info right there.
Yeah, that makes me think that something's going to be over in the GTG area. Probably our hovers or something.
Yeah, it's pretty much just down to like hovers or magic or something locking one of those.
Yeah. This could be a really interesting seed just on if people do well or not right now. There's a lot of mitigating circumstances about that, but that long shot being in, well, if what we think about the bongo path with the hook shot actually being for long shot, stranding the long shot is potentially not great, depending on where our Requiem and stuff to be able to like reverse it is or whatnot, but I don't know if Zephyr has time of day to get to Lon Lon.
It'll be tight, but he might make it.
Yeah, I don't like seeing the sky change that color that early, depending
I think he got it.
Yeah, I think he did too. That is so tight, though.
Purely calculated. He knew what he was doing.
Oh, yeah, that was very, very well done. That was scary. That's the kind of mistake that could just, like, one, tilt you off the face of the earth if you don't make that timer. Not even a mistake, I guess, just a unluckiness. But okay. Okay, Seed. I see you. Strength 1 here. We're very quickly running out of fun. I want some bait. I want some chaos in this, and we're just Seed's just kind of throwing everything at you.
It's okay, Pyro. There's still plenty of chances for the seed to pull the rug out from under us.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be great when I don't even know. I can't even come up with anything. Okay, well, there's Requiem. So missing long shot's actually not nearly as punishing now because most of these runners cannot easily reverse nowadays. The skill in the community is so high that like reverse Wasteland is a pretty expected knowledge at this point.
Yeah, you could almost look at reverse and regular crossing as like entry level things you need to know. Kind of like
Yeah,
B1 skip.
They're very, very important for certain seeds. Yeah, Zephyr taking that Requiem and going to set time of day for Damp It. I actually like that. I don't think I don't think either of our runners had done the Zeal check in Composer's Grave yet.
Not yet. We're going to be seeing both.
And I think they both set time for Dampe at the same time, so I like this routing for both of them.
I would imagine if Zeph's coming out this way for Dompe. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have storms yet. I was going to say he might dip into the well.
Oh, true. I was actually just thinking that. I was like, oh, this is a good time to see him go into the well, but you're correct. Yeah, that is actually kind of funny, Dostar, two heart containers and Banshee Bowler. Always a fan of symmetry.
Fabio going for the flame storage. Nice.
Yeah. Well done. That setup makes the trick significantly easier. The entirety of that trick is opening the damn door at the end, because that door is satanic.
Yeah, if you're just a pixel off, it's not going to open, and your stick's going to burn out.
Yeah, I used to just free run it, but I think I failed it like 3 times in a single seed, and I was like, I'm just gonna do the setup. I'm frustrated. But
I, for some reason, cannot get the setup consistent, so I think I'm better off just yellowing it. I don't get it.
that's fair. Yeah, my relationship with setups is complicated and difficult, and I have a long history of not liking them, but that one is like the one that I actually kind of like. So, with 6 there... So Fabio should get to 10 here. And I think Zephyr... Oh, sorry, Zephyr has 6. Fabio, I think, just picked up his first 2 symbols. Yeah, so Zephyr will have the advantage of getting 10 in. There was nothing on our higher skull counts, so we don't have to worry about those, I believe.
Yeah, 20 and 30 we're dead, so just 10.
Oh, yeah. So here's an interesting question for you. In a seed like this, with SGL settings are definitely interesting. They can get kind of casino-y with song locations, because you never know if you're going to need that prelude song check. But the seed has just been basically, like, throwing all of our required items at us. How thorough do you end up playing this seed? Or do you kind of just hard push the hint areas and start skipping some stuff?
Yeah, I think with how nice the items have been in this beginning, I just push my known locations.
Yeah.
And like you're gonna end up looking for one item in the end. So you can
Yeah.
always just sweep through your skip locations if you need to.
I'd agree. I think we're kind of at a weird point between the two restream runners too, where Zephyr doesn't necessarily know about that long shot logic hint, whereas Fabio is just behind on like collecting some items that he should know where they are because of hints. Like, if you look at the tracker, you're like, oh my god, Zephyr has so much on Fabio, but all of those items were in such a dense location in Goron City and the surrounding area that it's not like Fabio is going to miss any of those.
Right, yeah, it's just Zephyr chose to go there first.
Yep. Fabio having the other end of the Lon Ranch time conundrum where he got there just as it turned day. Had to wait for like half a second outside. Both of our runners are... I need this kind of time management in my... I need this time management in my life. I don't know how they both managed that. That was incredible.
Oh, and at the Colossus hint, that was Saria's an ice cavern.
Ooh, that's gross. But at least we know it. It's kind of gross, but it's also, you know, KZ skip is allowed in these settings. You already have access. I'm pretty sure we have empty bottles on both sides. Because there was one in Goron City that Zephyr got, and I think there was one in the well that Fabio got.
Yeah, both of our runners could go for Sarias to open up Deku if they wanted. But I think with what we have to push, it's probably not their top priority.
I knew there was something on Darunia. I forgot it was K-Sword, which is not necessarily required in the seed. So.
Plus, you know, that can't be on the path to Baronade, so you probably just ignore that for the time being.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. I was thinking... I just remember it was an item, but I didn't remember what it was.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Commentator saving my ass while I'm not paying attention. Ooh, Zephyr gonna climb Child Spirit. I like this. Spirit's progression, you know. If you were to like somehow find Strength 2 on Child Climb, which we were just talking about this before the race started, none of us know Spirit key logic at all. So finding a Strength on Child Climb and Spirit is always so confusing with what it logically means or doesn't mean, or...
Luckily, there is a nice textbook-sized document out there detailing all the quirks.
Yeah.
Reading through that, I still get confused playing a seed. It's that bad.
I love that trick. Oh, Zephyr blew himself up a little bit. The existence of that Chew setup to like blow up everything you need to blow up at a single time in the Child Climb is actually one of the craziest things I've seen in Ocarina of Time.
Right? It's just the amount of crazy stuff you can do with bomb chews.
I'm almost positive it was found by like accident during a live run at one of the speedrunning tournaments. Someone just like accidentally released a bomb and it blew up the switch, and people tried to figure out setups for it, and they made it, which is hilarious. So. Look at this, both of our runners in Child Spirit at the same time. After taking two massively divergent paths, doing a bunch of different stuff, we're still somehow in the same area. But at least it's not Double Forest, right?
We'll take any double besides Double Forest.
I can't help but notice we are watching double Valley Skippers, which hurts a little bit. But Fabio does not have a bottle. Okay. I thought I remembered seeing one in Well, but I was probably wrong. There were like 4 big chests in Well.
I remember now. I think the only bottle we've seen was the one in the back of Goron City in the maze.
Okay. Yeah, just being wrong.
And we'll see if our spirit is magic locked for a key.
That is true. I did not realize, but Fabio somehow has picked up 40 chews. This game has just thrown explosives at us, which... Of course we had, like, 2 very early available bomb bags, too. You never get this many chews when you're, like, dying for explosives with late bomb chews.
No, it's always when you have, like, all the bomb bags available.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, here's all the chews. Have fun.
Thunder... Adult Goron City had a lot of items, but Child Goron City also. The Mirror Shield and a Scale were on the right side of the maze.
I didn't see if Zephyr peeked the Silver's chest, but it must be big if he's going for it.
I never trust that peek. I don't know how to do it, and I try it, and then I don't see anything, and I'm like, well, you know what? I don't trust myself. I'm gonna do it anyway, and then it's small, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's why I didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's all it is. If you don't see anything, it's small.
But I don't trust that I like haven't just done the peek wrong. I guess that's my problem. So. Okay.
Or maybe just climb the hand for a way out.
Yeah, I mean, The other thing it does technically check is if Spirit is Longshot locked, which is
Yeah,
kind
that's
of nice
fair.
to know, but given Zephyr still doesn't know the other hookshot is available, that's not going to be like super useful information for him yet.
That is totally valid because even peeking, you can't see if it's a key or not until you climb up there.
Yeah. So.
Ooh, fire arrows, not keeping it yet.
Uh,
He wants that key
yeah.
back, I imagine.
Yeah. I don't know. At that point, like, you have your mirror, and you've done the magic locked stuff. So, like, getting rid of that key isn't that bad. Like, maybe you have to check a couple other things if you're, like, go mode, but I don't know. I don't know if that scum is worth. But I mean, we should find Din somewhere, but, like, if Din's is somehow... Oh, wait, we already know where Din's is.
Yeah, that's fair. We already know about Den's fire, so not too worried about a fire source.
Where was Din's again? I know it was hinted. Oh, childfish, or adult fisher.
Yeah, adult fishing.
Yeah, okay, so
Which we
that's
can
just
get
hard
anytime
mode.
we want.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that scum makes a little bit more sense when you think that you just don't ever need to worry about fire access. I was gonna say, I was like, the only thing that would potentially, like, really hurt is if somehow, like, fire arrows lock something in Wasteland that locks Dittens, but that's not possible with the hint available, so... That scum is perfectly safe.
Plus, we need a bow to shoot them, so...
True. We'll just go... I don't know. Get the one on Big Goron that somehow is foolish.
Yeah, just get the out of logic claim check and you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So, we just got the Kokiri Storms check from Zephyr, and it was nothing. So we're definitely... I don't remember if we saw Fabio do that. We're definitely long shot to Bongo.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You know what
Yes.
I want more than anything in my life right now? Because it's possible.
You want something
I
in Valley.
no, well, yeah, I always want that. I want first bow on Bongo Bongo. And the long shot is just because it's the only logical crossing to get to Bongo.
That would actually be cool.
It's so rare.
You
I
never
want
see that. I think I've had one seed where that was the case.
Yeah. We're talking about all this, like, GTG. There's probably something over there because of the long shot, and Epona's is locked behind water, and it's just like, nah, it's just for Bongo access. Your first bow's over here. That's all I've ever wanted in my life now. If it's taken away from me, I'm gonna be really upset.
Since Fabio hasn't done Adult Goron City yet, he's going to be checking the child checks.
Yeah,
Totally fair, though.
Yeah, he can also technically get all three things in the maze as child because of the explosives, and then you can actually do the jab slash over because the chest is big. So, the only thing he can't get out of this trip is technically the boomerang, which is hard adult locked.
I'd imagine he's going to want the Bolero check at some point, so he shouldn't miss that for too long.
Yeah. So. Yeah, nothing... Yeah. The only thing that we've really seen in, like, you can kind of skip this item is really the long shot and well. Oh, shit, never mind.
Oh, Goron City Pot strikes again.
Okay, everything's available. This is just... That is definitely a missable location. I mean, Actually, you have Goron City double path, but oh, the mirror already covers that. Oh,
Yeah, I can definitely see the pot. Like if you do what Zeph did and clear that as adult, you might be obligated to miss the pot.
yeah. Spirit or Goron City does have 6 major items. That's baffling. Oh my god.
Double memory game, let's go.
Oh, I live for moments like this. Are there any memory game skippers in chat? Because this never has anything. Okay.
I can't skip it unless it's Triforce Blitz.
Okay, my rationale is we have people in this community that actually skip Dampe Race, and this check is like just as long as Dampe Race, but gives you half of the items. So if you're skipping Dampe Race and you're not skipping Ocarina minigame, I don't understand the logic. Oh, and our third bomb back. That's cool. Because playing through all those notes, jumping down, and like climbing back up is like 45 something seconds, and Dampe Race is like just under a minute.
Yeah, but with Dampe Race, you get to like warm up with a bit of movement.
No, yeah, but I guess that's my point. Is like, why are you skipping one but not the other? Okay, that's fair. Not wanting to display that you were not good at Dampe Race is always a good.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Everyone's had the seed where they've gotten hit by like 5 fires on Dampe, and you're just like, I'm tilted already, and it's 2 minutes into the seed. So.
Yep, Zeph also going to be picking up their string.
Yeah. The fact that it was double path does make you kind of want to clear it, just because it's scary with how many items are here, but it's also a very skippable place. Like, you have the hint that Dampe has something, but you can't do it yet. And then there's just these 2 kind of stranded child checks, but...
I think even if it's not a double hinted scenario like this, like if you're in Lost Woods with explosives,
yeah,
it never hurts to pop in here and do what you can.
yeah.
There's also that recency bias of previous quals having things here.
Yeah, there must be something about these settings that makes Goron City as a child like significantly better, because I've never seen this many items in Goron City. The hatred for Child Goron City is such a weird concept, too. It really doesn't take that long. Like, it's only 3 checks at best, but...
Alright, let's go see what's in Domain.
Yeah, that is a good point. That is a advantage that I think Zephyr still has over Fabio. I don't know if Fabio's seen that yet. Fabio also didn't actually do the maze as child, which...
Yeah, I was just thinking, where was the scale? Oh, that was in Goron City. Wait, Fabio didn't go up there yet.
I don't know if I like that. I know it's like ideal to just do it as adult in case there's something left side, and you know you're coming up here as adult to check the DMC song probably, but like... I don't know, just... Especially knowing that there is a Goron City to Baronade hint. Like, if Rudo's is just setting in maze, like, you're missing it this age, which feels bad. But...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fabio has not seen the Domain Path. That was in the DMC Grotto.
Thunder just said he found the second copy, though.
Oh, just now?
Fabio.
Nice, Fabio, just as I look away.
Fabio's my hero. He's going to Valley. I'm not gonna lie, I think at this point in the seed, I actually don't like the Valley Boy. It feels bad to say. I feel
Especially
like
now.
higher
Like,
existence, but
knowing you need to be there and you don't have a scale to get in there right now after Valley.
yeah, I think that's
But I guess since you're down here, like, it doesn't hurt to just get it out of the way because you don't want to be burned by it later.
he just has so much info that I feel like this is a little bit thorough at this point. He also technically, like, he has long shot, and you can technically peek and actually get this item on the box with long shot as adult. Maybe he hasn't put together the long shot logic. Oh, that's a major item
Possibly.
account.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Pyro validated.
Never mind, I'll let this play. It's always correct. Everything.
No,
Everything's
no,
invalid.
no. You were onto something. Do it as
No,
adult.
no, I forgot what I was saying. I was distracted. I just...
What's that in the waterfall? I can't tell.
He
Doesn't
wants
want
it? Is it one? Okay, never mind. He wanted it, and then he... That's boring! Fuck you, domain. It's giving us a bow. Ugh. Boring hints. How much does that give us? I guess it doesn't actually give us that much. We can currently full clear spirit. We can basically chase the long shot. That Zephyr still does not have or know about, so. Oh, that's a good point. So, talking about Epona's on Burning Cack, there is a chance the long shot is to get Epona's for something, too. That would be pretty terrible.
That is true.
Because that would put a lot more items that we would need to get into the pool, but... yeah, I don't know, the seed has been very generous with early items, and
Well, you know,
just kind of...
technically all we need to get Epona's right now is access to ice and a hammer.
True. That is very...
Like, we're not that far away.
No, and that's a terrifying concept, but... Especially because our Prelude song sucks now. Like, it's either Suns or the Dead check. Like a 50-50 between those two.
Oh, right. Ganon's is technically available now.
Oh, we have Forest as a stone, too. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I just, like, forgot what our last stone was. Yeah.
Oh, Closet was our dead song.
Oh, thank you. Clearly not paying attention. There's a lot going on in these seeds. It's a lot to track and stuff, so thank you for keeping us honest. Yeah, I don't know. I have to imagine Zephyr's gonna want to go back adult to just do those two dungeons soon. He has everything to get to Ganon's access. And with how information heavy this seed has been, I would kind of just push the progression. That is another major item just on a hint. The Target in the Woods hint for Stone of Agony. It's not a useful major item, but it technically counts. So.
Fabio getting a bean. Was there something on the crater? Volcano?
I did not see it when he ran past it. Actually, when both of them ran past it, I did not get a good look at what the model was.
Yeah, looks like Zephyr doing a bit of cleanup or going adult. Probably just gonna start rushing those progression dungeons. I would probably start with Spirit if I were him. Yeah, well, I mean, you got Minuet. You can
Technically,
you could go either way.
yeah, I actually think it's technically better to do Forest. Because Forest is linear, you have to clear it anyway, and, like, it's so unlikely, but imagine you just get, like, magic and hovers in Forest, you can actually go mode Spirit, mostly. Like, it's just dumb, but you can't, like, go moding Forest doesn't save you any time, go moding Spirit does.
That's very true.
You have to do both of them anyway, it's just... I tend to do the more linear dungeon I think you should do first. Again, like, technically it's a stupid minor difference that probably would never matter, but...
Also, Forest is, like you said, linear. It's a good time to turn your brain off and think about your next move.
Well, no, you have to hyper-focus, because Forest is one of the best dungeons. It's so execution-heavy. I will fight for Forest. Tooth and nail. I'm just here to have takes. This is my contribution to commentary and this community, is to have takes on Valiant and Forest. And I will fight anyone.
No, I'm definitely with you on the Forest take. I think it's a fun dungeon, execution-wise. Especially the first half with all the variants that you can have depending on your kit.
And Zephyr here just decides to disagree with everything I've said. And deciding to do Spirit first. Spirit's denser and it takes less time, but it's just technically, if you're able to skip parts of it, I think you should do the more linear dungeon first. But like I said, the likelihood that he just pulls magic and hovers out of Forest is pretty minor, pretty unlikely. So you're really not gonna ever see a situation where this is wrong.
Of course, he doesn't know this yet, but we're also looking at long shot locking magic or hovers.
Yeah. So. I guess that's the one thing that makes this place a little bit nicer is actually magic. Just because of the, oh my god, I don't even know what they're called. The mummies room?
Oh yeah, I think they're Anubis.
Anubises? Anuba?
Anubi, yeah.
Anubis. Without hovers and without magic, that room becomes a little gross. Just the jumps that you have to do. I think you can still one-cycle it, but it's just kind of like you have to do it perfectly.
There's always a Song of Time block.
Yeah. That is true. I like Anubis personally, so... Alright, we're not going to use that one. I'm not going to say that one on Ratio. Alright, well here we are. So Fabio getting his bow. And immediately preluding to probably do the same. Oh, he does not have a mirror though. So Fabio's gonna have to detour a little bit. He can't go directly into his dungeon pushing. He's gonna have to find his way up to Goron City, grab the mirror, and then he'll just basically be on the same track.
Yeah, knowing it's double path, hopefully he decides to go back to Goron City.
My guess is he minuets to Forest, and then goes to Goron City after beating Forest. Oh, he doesn't have a shield. Uh-oh. Shieldless Forest. That is not what you want to see. Remember when we were talking about how good the execution is in Forest? A lot of that is in the fights. And
yeah, that kind of goes out the window without a shield.
Yeah, without it being able to crouch stab, the 2 Stalfos fights, the 3 pose, a little bit rougher execution-wise.
Yeah, that was lights in the lobby, so knock out one of the in-game hurdles.
Yeah. Not needing our hint today, which is good. So. Oh, the big Poe bottle was nothing, so... Wait, no, Valley was still...
No, you've been invalidated, sorry.
No, Valley's still massively important.
Oh no, Zeph.
That was Fabio's first. Ooh. This was a little bit of what I was talking about. This room, kind of doing it vanilla without hovers is not easy or fun. Oh. His Link is suicidal. He just wants to yeet off cliffs, man. Unfortunate. He cannot afford to do this again, too. He has to take this slow, because he will actually die on the next void out. And he gets
There you
it.
go. First try every time.
Yep. That was potentially just a little scary. But...
Actually, we should be shouting out Zeph, because if he did do forest first, we would be having double right now.
yeah, I'm angry at him. Yeah, and again, like, it's not a bad play. This is definitely the denser dungeon. Oh, yeah, okay.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. That's never happened before in the history of ever. Strength 3 being in adult side spirit has never happened before, ever.
Just like the mirror shield's never been in spirit before.
Yeah. So, that strength 3 being there, though, that makes our inside Ganon's castle access significantly nicer. Being able to just kind of go in and, like... Technically, actually, he cannot full clear it. Because he saved scummed the fire arrows. He doesn't have a way to do Shadow 2.
That's true. You need either long shot hovers, dens, or fire arrows.
I mean, he knows where the fire arrows are.
Yeah.
He can just pick them up. Like, if he's thinking about it, he could grab them after beating Spirit before going over to IGC, but that is kind of a niche thing to think about. And the likelihood that, you know, hovers are, like, purely fire arrow locked in Shadow 2 is pretty unlikely.
And yeah, good point, no magic yet. And adding to that, Ganon's access is also not behind magic, so magic could technically be there.
I actually thought he had that timing down, but I think he took a little bit too long to get up on the wall. Unfortunately. There he goes. Yeah, there were no keys locked by magic and spirit, so this is completely in logic still. We actually haven't had to skip logic at all this seed. Logic has been pretty straightforward so far. Nothing weird or quirky or... I guess technically the hint logic has been the only thing between Big Goron somehow being bow locked and the long shot for Shadow Path that Zephyr still does not know about.
Yeah, it seems like so far the only real hang-up's going to be long shot in the well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the long shot for just getting to Bongo is out. So it does definitely seem like it is going to be something in the GTG region.
Yeah,
Or
either
water
GTG or worst case scenario, water or BK for opponents.
Yep. I think we're not going to get that answer for a while, too. Because Fabio has 2 dungeons in front of him.
And you know, we've seen all 3 dual hints, which means we're not getting one for HPA, so that's very, very possible.
True, yeah. Yeah, this, the seed is opened very quickly, with a lot of things available to our runners at the same time, and that always gets a little nerve-wracking, because, like, you're only looking for 2 items, and the longer and longer you go without finding it, it gets more and more stressful. This does have very jetty feels to it. Given just how much has been hinted to us and how much we've kind of just run into along our normal opener and route.
Nice. I love just how many different setups there are for this recoil in Forest.
This is one of the ones I just YOLO. It feels fairly forgiving.
It is. It's pretty open.
It's also very punishing if you miss it, so I get people just like safety having a setup for it so they don't fall all the way down, because missing it and having to like climb up the 3 ladders and like reset up and whatnot, just annoying.
Yeah, you want to talk about tilt mid-run, that's a good one there.
Yeah. We've also had a lot of keys early in Forest, so a lot of the items are going to be in the back half, which... I was going to say feels a certain way, but it really doesn't, because you have to do this anyway, so you just kind of suck it up and deal with it. But... I think the one thing that kind of will go under the radar about Zephyr coming to do Spirit first is he has less of a reason to like immediately go GTG when he's done. Because his 2 choices really, after doing Spirit into Forest, in my eyes, are GTG and IGC. And it's just kind of one of those things that it's like, you finish at Spirit, and you're like there, and you're like, oh, you know, I may as well just like cross over to GTG now, but...
yeah, and not having any direction to go there, you might not want to do it, because it can seem like a time loss if it's not required, or it is time loss if it's not.
Yeah. In his eyes, it's out of logic. IGC is in logic. IGC just seems like the more reasonable play. But unfortunately, with what we think we know about the hints, it seems like it may potentially be the incorrect one. Just a bloopy on Rova, and we have finally completed another dungeon. At, like, right on the hour mark. That is our first dungeon completion of this entire seed. Which,
yeah, I was right.
How many items we've had? Kinda odd. But I guess that's what happened when you get a Forest Baron DC. Just no one touches dungeons for a while. Is he just... Zephyr just enjoys making me be wrong. He's just picking up fire arrows. That must mean he's thinking about IGC already. I cannot see another reason. Or he's forgotten that the Dins is hinted. I see no other reason to pick up fire arrows here when you still don't have magic either.
Maybe he's hoping to get like magic in Forest.
Maybe.
To check Genins with afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's my... That must be my thought on his thought, but it just seems...
Or he's not going Forest.
Is he running down to pick up Dins? He has not gotten his Dins off of adult fishing. But... And what's really annoying this seed is the Serenade on Ocarina of Time means you kind of have to run down to a lake. So I don't think doing 2 age changes to just pick up Serenade is worth it. But it would be kind of funny.
I think if you like if you know you need to go to GTG, you just take the hike to lake, and then you just go from there.
That was weird.
Or no, you can just cross. Never mind.
Right.
It sucks either way.
Yeah. Zephyr just went to do Wolfos Grotto, which he had left apparently, and then came back to Forest. So. I don't know if I like that versus just doing it when you're... I guess stranding it feels bad. And coming up after Forest is a lot longer, so...
Yeah, it's not that bad from the minuet pad.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, oh, well, you're just going to probably go over to Goron City, but he has no reason to go back over that way, so...
What a big chest in the falling ceiling room. Ah. One more sling for our collection.
Very important to get the Stone of Agony off the target in the woods, though, so...
Yeah, you need that for the grotto logic, right?
Yeah, how else will you know where the grottos are? I hate to even put this out into the universe because I know some psychotic programmer is going to put it into the randomizer, but can we get random grotto locations so you actually need the Stone of Agony to figure out where all the grottos are?
That sounds horrible, and I would love to see it.
Put Stone of Agony back into logic.
Lost
No,
Stone of Agony, anyone?
Never do that. You'd have to literally just like wander around the entire map waiting for the Stone of Agony to vibrate to know where grottos are. And you wouldn't even know what grotto it is. There's so many useless grottos in this game too. Like, you run around Olive Field to find some random grotto location and it ends up being the Octorok grotto with a bunch of rupees in it, and you're like, wow, I hate my life. This is great.
But yeah, here we are in Double Forest. I think it's a good time to wish everyone a happy hour and 4 minutes. Let's give a shout out to Zephyr and Fabio, putting on a great show for us. Pyra joining me on comms today. Thank you so much. And Trackers, Mara and Dastar, as well as Sky Reyes.
Yes, thanks for everyone putting this together, and most importantly, thank you guys in the chat for being here. Because without you, there would be no reason to do this. So.
Sky Reyes is also known as Fortaunt in the chat.
So yeah, coming up on the end of Fabio's Forest, I've got to imagine he goes to clear Goron City and do his DMC loop once he's done here to probably pick up his mirror.
Yeah, this would be a good time to do it for Fabio.
Yeah. The real question is...
Yeah.
Oh. How often does Fork Spaceman pay out? Ah, something. Okay, never. It never does. Never mind. Ignore me. It's just a team.
I mean, wet t-shirt, logically needed for opponents.
Oh,
maybe.
God. Oh, no.
I've only seen one wallet so far.
You don't get to claim Zora Tunic counts as potentially being important if I don't get to claim the Big Pone Valley counts as Valley being important.
Well, because the check was dead. Yeah, it's not valid.
But it was still a major item. Also, didn't we see... Was there not a second wallet somewhere that we just passed up?
There might have been. Let me see. Got the notes. The only one I'm seeing is the one from the well.
Okay.
But no one cares about Tunic, Logic, and Water. It's only needed for one check.
Didn't we think the Waterfall was the second wallet?
I never got a good look at it. I'm not sure.
I never saw anything. He, like, juked his chicken over to it and then decided against it. So I think it was something that, like, maybe could have been, but wasn't. But... Yeah,
something like, oh, I could use that, but I'll just leave it.
I'm just gonna assume it was second wallet, because, you know, 2 for 2 major items in Valley. Which also negates your Zora tunic in Forest Basement, if it was a wallet, just saying.
Oh, the perils of shieldless PG.
Yeah, he's been doing well with it, though. Getting the
Yeah.
extra jump slash in can cut a cycle. He just unfortunately didn't get that last hit in the second, third cycle. But all in all, for being a shieldless Forest, it was actually pretty well done with all of his fights. So, bit of time loss without the shield, unable to crouch stab, but recovered it really well, which is just the kind of player Fabio is. He is perpetually just a very solid, good runner.
Should also shout out the fact that Fabio plays on keyboard.
Oh, yeah, he is one of those psychos that I don't understand how he does it.
So major props to him for pulling off everything he does on keyboard.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for checking these hints, Fabio. I've been seeing people skip them a lot. It triggers me.
Yeah. In seeds where you don't come to Deku, they're very easy to strand, but the fact that Forest Temple dumps you out here, this is like the perfect time to check these. I don't actually know what kind of information we are missing right now.
That was King Zora had something. I think it was some kind of bottle.
I thought it was a rupee, but
Either way, it wasn't anything we need.
yeah.
Ah, gold rupee. Yeah, we're fine.
So yeah, that is nice because that just tells us that the bow was definitively the path item there. It also kind of takes even more reason to go out to Ice, though. Because Fountain was one of our foolishes, KZ is dead. The Song in Ice isn't useful because it's either Suns or... actually, I
We
think
know
just
it's
yeah,
we know it was hinted as Saria's.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So the only real use of ice is if we need Kokiri sword.
For opponents. Yeah, but again, that is behind Rudo's, so I don't know if that even becomes a conversation until you find Rudo's. Because we're really only missing 3 items at this point, which is Rudo's, Hovers, and Magic. So...
I think Rudo's can be just about anywhere, and then the other two we're still just something long shot.
yeah. Okay. I am curious if Fabio... He's had a lot to do outside of this, but the fact that he hasn't seemed interested in going over that direction at all makes me wonder if he's thinking about that long shot hint.
Could be like he's wanting to do Spirit first.
Yeah.
Like, well, he's gonna want to do that when he gets the Mirror Shield here, but yeah, you probably just Spirit the GTG if you're Fabio.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not like criticizing it at all. Like he's been doing progression and everything. I'm like, I want to just know the answer if it's on his mind, I guess. I have to imagine he just Requiem's out here. Feels, sorry, a little bit bad finding a shield as soon as you finish your Forest Temple, but...
I think even worse finding that scale after how useful it could have been having to go to Domain earlier.
He had... Yeah, I mean, that's actually done. I was about to say he had irons, but I'm dumb, and you had to do it as a kid because that would have been it. So.
Well, it's fine. Just put the irons on as a kid.
Yeah. I'm almost positive the top of the volcano was just a bluepie. I do not think that bean that Fabio bought is actually going to be needed for anything. It might have just been a safety, because he had not been to DMC at all.
Yeah,
when
it's
you think
fair.
about the set.
Never hurts to pick one up just in case, especially if you haven't seen all the peaks yet.
Yeah. Oh, Zephyr just plugging his way through forest. Fabio about to get, I forget what this was. Third bomb bag? No,
Oh
gotta go.
no, the shield flicks. Like, damn, I could have used all this in forest.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that was there. I didn't even realize he didn't have that. Fabio's also being very thorough with his hints, which makes me think that we are missing some major piece of logic. I don't think we have all of our path hints, maybe.
We do on the restream side, but Fabio might be missing one.
Do we have all of them? Two Goron cities, the Kokiri Forest, Domain. That's 4. Which one am I missing?
It was SFM the bongo.
Oh, okay. I don't think I even saw that at one point. That makes sense. Another wasted hint with just Nocturne.
By the way, you need this song. You're welcome.
Yeah. Especially when it's like right off the jump with starting with Minuet. It's like, oh cool. Couldn't have gotten a more useful hint. But... So yeah, Zephyr's gonna have a little bit of a lead coming out of the progression dungeons. He's gonna finish up Forest before Fabio finishes Spirit. But Fabio has the item and theoretical knowledge advantage about the long shot. So
Yeah, whereas Zephyr is just more on an open-ended journey right now.
yeah.
Which I think with his knowledge, if I were him, I probably would go for Ganon's.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, it's nice having that early Furores up there in the tower.
Which you cannot set because you don't have magic. But yes, you're
Right, true. I'm gonna keep
hoping to
forgetting we
find
don't have
magic
magic.
before. Yeah. Honestly, with how many checks are in Ganon's, the likelihood that magic might just be there is pretty high too, though. Oh, Zephyr. Just, okay. The number of backflips to... At least he got it at the end.
Hey, look, swag over efficiency, okay?
Are you really a speedrunner if you don't lose 30 seconds trying to save 5? No, you're not.
Exactly.
And he lost way less than 30 seconds there, so... Yeah, I mean, GTG is just always a solid play, no matter what. You have pretty much everything you need to fall clear it. I mean, he's missing irons for toilet, but no one cares about toilet and it's hinted anyway.
Yeah, toilet isn't real. It never hurts anybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, Death Star.
But I think it's just the idea that it's out of logic right now behind Rudos, and you're only looking for 3 things, one of those being Rudos, it's just less statistically likely that you run into one of the items that you need there. Like, all 3 items could be in Ganon's, only 2 out of the 3 items can be in GTG. So, I think just like IGC just seems more correct here from Zephyr's viewpoint. I'm pretty sure that was red, Dastar. You can fight him. I'll allow that.
I'll give you this, Death Star. Given with this long shot logic, it could very well be hovers or magic and toilet. So I'll give you that.
I think toilet was hinted as a key, though.
Oh yeah, was it?
Technically, it could be logically required if something's in the center of GTG, but
Yeah.
I don't think either of our runners are actually going to do it, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, so best we can hope for toilet enjoyers is toilet for key logic.
Yep. Yeah, and here's Zephyr going to IGC, so we're gonna get a good number of checks here, having pulled the Strength 3 out of Spirit. OGC was one of our excessively useful Foolish hints.
I feel like with these like 4 off the bat hinted barons, you always get one of those just one item locations no matter what. Yeah, straight to light trial. I love it.
Yeah. When you have Strength 3, I think this makes the most sense. You're pretty likely to find one of the 2 keys to just not have to double dip this. It's actually pretty rare to like not see a key in here, which of course, because I've said it, there's not going to be a key in here, right? Nope, but there are 2 big boys. No key. Wow, who comes to light trial first? You definitely wait until you have a small key. Well,
there's our could be anywhere Rudos.
yeah, so that becomes significantly scarier though, because now with Rudo's K-Sword is in, and that opens everything except Fire Temple. So that is also excessively bow-locked bow for our 3rd bow. So the domain bow was like hard required, not even just logically. My God, what is with all of these like these certain areas just being stacked? Ooh, okay. We are suddenly magic away. And magic has to be long shot lock. What was that setup, Fabio? I've never seen that before.
I was too busy watching Zeph's side. I missed it.
He like didn't backflip to get the light reflection. He did like basically side hopped and somehow got the sun reflection thingy majigger, which is I think the official proper term for that. So. But yeah, we are literally just looking for a magic that we think we have a hint for. So, this might be decent for Zephyr too, because I'm seeing a world in which he basically does Jabu, and then because he's a child, he might think about WoW while he's there.
Yeah, just one of those. I'm already child. I might as well, just for sanity.
Yeah.
Plus, having Nocturne makes it really nice.
Yeah. The 3 stones unlock the bridge to Ganon's castle, but the Ganon's boss key is locked by the Shadow and Spirit medallions. So we still have to do Jabu and Shadow Temple in order to fully beat the game.
Yeah, Shadow 2 is open with logic, with a long shot and hovers.
Yeah.
So magic could definitely be there. That's possible.
Yep. That is another. I think just like statistically speaking, I think it almost has to be out in GTG. But there's just so many checks out that way. But I guess the biggest concern is now with the Rudos if Zephyr gets baited by Ice and Kokiri Sword. Oh no. Fabio taking a death to Rova, that's brutal. That's actually like a really annoying climb back too. There is a pretty nice kind of shortcut to jump all the way back up to to hook back up to the platform, but that's just such a long fight. Every shot just takes so long that dying in the middle of that fight feels really bad. Also, Zephyr taking the time to clear out Salt and Pepper, despite not having furrours, seems interesting. It's technically doubling your movement up to the rooms, but...
Yeah, but you have to do the fight anyway.
Yeah, but it's just more scene transitions. It's technically wrong. Time saves, man. Time saves. Everything adds up. I didn't even really see what happened with Fabio. I just saw him take the death, unfortunately. We're a minute 20 and change into the seed, and we're one item away from go mode. This is potentially a very fast seed.
Yeah, very front loaded at the start. It's been pretty wild to see.
Yeah.
Wait, Fabio died to the broom?
He crashed the broom into his... That's a thing that happens?
So I guess the broom themselves have like damage properties.
I'm just imagining a version of Twin Rova where they can like bonk you with their brooms now.
To confirm, Twin Rova has range and melee attacks.
So yeah, Zephyr, I think this is Frog's 1 into Jabba. While Fabio's getting his revenge on Twin Rova. Fabio is not in go mode. He is still missing 3 items. He needs to get Rudos and Hovers from inside Ganon's after beating this dungeon, and then we are still just looking for a magic somewhere. So, in theory, we've been talking about it a lot, but Fabio should know that the long shot is path to Bongo. So he should have just a little bit of a knowledge advantage over Zephyr on where to kind of check first. But in a weird way, that also kind of pulls him away from IGC. So, kind of pros and cons here. It'll be really interesting to see if he reverses from here, or if he also goes out to IGC right away.
Yeah, looks like the GTG.
Yep.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I like it. Obviously, we think magic is out that way. So. Also, there's just a lot of checks in GTG. It is a very dense location. So.
Oh no, Zephyr getting the fish? Or do you only have the one bottle?
Yeah, I think he just has the one. No, he got the one out of... He definitely forgot. Because he got the one out of Goron City.
Oh, he didn't want to lose his blue fire.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. Even though KZ is dead, having a bottle of blue fire actually makes ice a lot better, because there's a faster way to kind of check through ice, so...
Oh, no, Fabio's going to Ganon's first, which still, we know it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, we know he needs to do this anyway, so...
And, you know, picking up hovers, we might see Shadow Trial too.
Yeah, I think with him, he would definitely have the capability to do that. This does put into question if he's thinking about the long shot, though. A little bit. In my eyes, at least.
Yeah,
But
I
again,
kind of
it's
wonder if Zeph is running under the impression that it's just hook shot for
Yeah.
Bongo.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that that is definitely the item, and he hasn't seen a long shot. The weird thing is, like, I don't think a ton of items are hook locked.
Well, if you think about it, hookshot is locking Ganon's, and he found hovers, so he
Oh, yeah.
might be thinking that's satisfied.
True. And Rito's, technically. So.
Yep.
So yeah, Rito's and hovers are all just hook locked. Mel, I literally couldn't even tell you what good rolling looks like. I have no idea what the, like, ideal rhythm of rolling is, so I'm gonna say they look great, because these runners are both better than me. So...
Rule number one, Pyro, don't hit the wall.
Yeah. Well, I know bonking. But, like, the like, rhythm of, like... I think you're technically, like, as a child, you're supposed to spam it, but as an adult, you're supposed to have, like, a rhythm, because there's technically, like, a small little acceleration or something. I don't know.
I think it's like once you hear the sound of his feet hitting the ground is when you roll again, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Interesting. But I'll be sure to ask Zeph how he feels about his rolling in the interview. I don't think we should be able to find second magic in Java at all. So I think, unfortunately, these checks are dead, but obviously from Zephyr's standpoint, could be anything at this point.
Third slingshot. Ah, that works too. Oh, and a big chest on Shadow too.
Oh no.
We might be in go mode here. Too good to be true.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit of bait, but that would have been unbelievably bad for Zephyr if that was the magic, though. Because that's, like, a hard strand. Like, you're not thinking about that one trick that you left in Ganon's. So.
Yeah, it's like Fabio also going to go ahead and climb, get it out of the way.
Climbing to the item is ideal, not going up to salt prepper. I'm gonna stickler on this. This is.
I agree. Not having magic, it feels bad because you're going to have to walk up here all the way through again.
It's an extra movement, but. Well, no, like, you definitely come up to the Stalfos fight, but you don't go to Salt and Pepper, because you're just you have to walk up that hallway twice. It's time. These small things add up, man.
Yeah, 2 rooms versus 3, it adds up.
I had it. These guys have, both been playing very solidly. I was actually taking glance at these standings, Fabio is actually currently in 32nd, according to the standings that I see. And his points are insanely good. I don't know how he improves those, but
Yeah, he won the last qual.
yeah, he has 100.61, 95.89, and 92.48. This man is a beast. He cannot be stopped. He is excessively talented.
Both have one forfeit, so, and this is their 5th race, so they're looking to, play decent.
Yeah.
Decent enough because their top and bottom are going to be dropped.
Yeah. Seeds like this are always very scary, though, because it does seem very jet. So anything that you do that you didn't have to do just feels even worse. Fabio, where did you go?
Oh, hasn't turned in 10 yet.
Okay. I was like, there's no way he's doing this to get to. He's done Goron City. But...
Yeah, maybe just checking 10 and then maybe you minuet from here to get to to Jambu.
Yeah.
Although I guess since he's doing this, he hasn't been thinking too much about long shot yet.
No, this feels a little bit thorough, but I also get it.
But hey, more choose. Let's go. I think that's every chew pack in the game that we've seen.
Probably. I mean, he's been using them, and he still has 38, so he's definitely been finding a lot of them. Oh, he's actually picking up Serenade.
Oh.
That's smart. He knows he's gonna need that.
I was gonna say, is that worth if you can just minuet? But knowing you need to go back for adult fishing, that's actually time saved.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, getting actually the multiple uses out of it at this point is pretty useful. Because I think coming all this way just to get Serenade wouldn't have been useful, but the fact that you're using it both for child and adult kind of makes it a bit better.
Yeah, we had Kokiri to Bongo for a hook shot, with the other hook shot bottom of the well, not behind the other hook.
Yeah. So. We're thinking it's out in GTG because Water Temple locks Eponas, so your long shot access is hard. You're hard required to have long shot to get over to the GTG area. It could theoretically be Eponas for something over at HBA too, or something in water, but we are fairly confident that it is long shot.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only hang up the seed could have with how nice it's been. It's just, oh yeah, we give you everything, but you need Eponas. Sorry. And yeah, this might be well for Zeph.
So, just as a reminder, we are on a 15-minute delay, and finishes should come through in the chat once they're caught up with the delay, so we're going to try to not spoil if there are or are not finishes until they're basically synced with whatever the restream is. So, that was my no comment. I hope you liked it. This jump to the chicken is so cool, and I never know it, and I'm too lazy to learn it. So.
Yeah, I'm the same. I like just going from the back of them, like where Zephyr is about now, and just nutting them off.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks cooler when you jump over.
Yeah, I don't have swag. I'm excessively lame in my strategies. Swag is actually like the entire antithesis to my personality. So I don't do anything cool.
Ever confirmed anti-swag?
Anti-swag. Not only am I not swag, I actually hate swag. Oh, chickens had more chews. Okay. Maybe we didn't have all the chew packs then, because I think that one's new. Or did Fabio... Fabio may have done chickens earlier and I just wasn't paying attention.
Either way, yeah, that's definitely all 50 chews.
Yeah. So many chews. It's really been a choose your own adventure seed. Da 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 da. I'm gonna go now. I feel dirty. That was gross. I hated that joke. It was really stupid.
I'm gonna go back and clip that and send it to you every day.
No. Oh god. I also just hate the sound of my own voice. But yeah, no, this it'll be
It's
interesting to
fine.
see how Zephyr reacts to finding this long shot.
Where was it? In the coffins?
I think it was like.
Be curious if he just dips after getting it.
Well, so that's also potentially dangerous because I think the irons were in the basement. So if he just dips and it's actually water, might also not be ideal.
Although Iron Boots were Boulder of Destiny.
I could. Okay, maybe you're right. I don't know. I thought they were in here, but maybe I'm dumb. I'm not paying attention at all.
I'm gonna trust our handy note taker here.
I haven't even been looking at the note sheet. Now I'm embarrassing myself. I like pulled it up and then I just haven't been. Why am I like this? Thank you, trackers.
Doing all the hard work.
Yeah, I just sit here and make an idiot out of myself. Yeah, in a crazy world, I could totally see Zephyr getting this long shot, like, immediately piecing it together and bailing. But that feels very aggressive. I think you just finish off the checks here and then try and chase it. It'll also be interesting if he grabs his Serenade, or if he just goes straight adult and runs down.
I mean, not having Serenade to pick up OOT sucks, but you know you have to hike all the way to Lake. I would say it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think it's a time save if you're already child, no matter what. I mean, even like playing Prelude to running out to the front of market isn't really that much time.
It's probably way better than like climbing out of the well and then hiking out of CAC.
Yeah, I think so. Because hiking well, you have to save quit, then leave well, and then hike and all that, and that's a long time. So I think just Prelude to pick up Serenade. Oh, this is his last stick too. He has to do the jump slashing. This sucks. This is the most frustrating thing in like this entire game, is when you have to fight dead hand like this. It's so finicky with like exactly how close you have to be with it to him to like hit him. He's just fucking headbanging while trolling you. Look at this little shit. If he can get the 1 cycle though and save him the difficult. Oh, we missed it. Unfortunate. So you actually can't crouch stab if your stick number is 0.
Yeah, it's
The
like the
game,
game
like-
thinks she doesn't have sticks.
Yeah, the game basically like yells at you because it's like, you don't have sticks, you can't be doing this, and because it doesn't realize you're holding one. Because Ocarina of Time is a well-coded game that's not held together by duct tape and a prayer. He gets it.
Did we see both runners skip the beloved box skip?
I think so. Yeah. This counts as like box skip, right? Because I think both of them. I don't know if both of them actually know it or do it on a regular basis, but.
Ah, yeah, good point. Red and blue. Don't forget about duct tape.
All I know from speedrunning is most games have walls that just don't exist. Let's watch. The smoothest of the boss fights when you get it right. Baronade is
Beautiful.
absolutely my favorite boss fight.
So satisfying once you get that.
Oh, look at this. Oh, it's so good. He's nailed this so far. Perfect. So good.
And yeah, Zeph picking up his serenade.
Yeah, I think this is smart. I think it's technically a time save, even with the cutscene and whatnot. Probably not like a huge time save, but it probably is.
No, we have not seen a Hot Topic shirt yet.
Yeah. We also luckily haven't found Hammer, which kind of is the one thing that's keeping us from having to do the Nocturne for Epona's thing. No, because it was Kokiri Forest to Bongo, not.
Yeah, we didn't have bottom of the well hinted.
Yeah.
Oh, nice stingers hint after doing Jabu.
Classic. Alright.
Guess that's gonna run and check Tektite real quick.
Yeah. No, we've just been talking about bottom of the well a lot because of the long shot logic with the hint from Kokiri Forest. I don't know. Neither of these runners seem terribly concerned with the long shot.
Oh, hey, someone you don't see very often.
It's Running Man! Zephyr bombed him! What the fuck? He's a monster. I'm noting that down. Dude, how is Running Man gonna make an appearance and you're gonna fucking bomb chew him? That's messed up. Dude, you never get Running Man appearances, and I feel like in SGL I've seen him so much now. It's so good. So yeah, Fabio picking up his dins. Again, these people are making me question value. Just at the times that they're doing it. This feels over full cleary at this point. You can check these if you come this way as an adult.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why we're seeing this now. Especially after getting long shot, like it's pointing to long.
Did Zephyr do Child Lake as like the one? But I don't know why you wouldn't just you just picked up Serenade if you were concerned about Child Lake. I don't know why you wouldn't just Serenade out to it. I again literally cannot even see what that is in the article. I mean, yeah, it is child cleanup, but I guess my point is you can check these as adult if you come over to GTG. So it's almost not even child cleanup, it's just kind of... You're just like double going to Valley now.
I was gonna say maybe he forgot about Dims, but why else would he pick up Serenade?
But yeah. Well, the way that dual hint is worded always like makes me question whether it was child or adult fishing, because I just never trust my ability to read. Because I'm not a smart man. But like, I don't think he even went and did child fishing, so I don't think it was that. I think he really just wanted to check Valley, which I usually will applaud, but...
Shoot the sun, yeah, that's behind long.
That is not a very long wait either. That's actually pretty well timed.
Oh, so he was just waiting out time of day, it looks like, and just doing stuff on the way.
Okay, maybe, yeah, that makes sense then.
Alright, we're not going to question him anymore.
Yeah, why am I questioning like either of these guys when they're significantly better? But yeah, so both collecting their dims. To me, this looks like a GTG player from Fabio walking out of Lake this way. So we will finally see if what we've kind of been vibing with is actually true. Where do we think it's gonna be?
If I were running this seed, I would just hope for the lobby. Just get it and go.
Yeah.
But the sadistic side of me is wanting center of the maze.
I want it to be a big chested behind Hammer Rocks.
Morpha, that's a good one.
I want to see a big chest behind the Hammer Rocks.
Alright, hammer on Morpha. And you have to go all the way to top of fire for magic.
Vanilla Hammer. Oh god. Nope. Oh, come on. Damn it. I didn't see it. There was no big chest. So yeah, I mean, statistically speaking, I think even with like ice, Deku, water, and fire, it all adds up to like less checks than already.
Ooh. And we do have a big chest on the roof.
Yeah. I may have considered not even fighting the guard and just trying to check that first. This is just time loss, if that's magic.
I mean, getting... Well, yeah, you have to do that crazy setup to hook long shot over there.
It's not that crazy, because like if you were to just leave this room, you can long shot up to the vines, and then just...
Oh yeah, you're right. You don't even have to fight. That's true.
I mean, now that the cutscene's gone, it's really not that big a time loss, but I'm gonna continue harping on these tiny little things, just because, you know, I'm a dick. Honestly, both of these players have been playing really well, and you can see, like, after just under 2 hours, they're basically coming up on the same area with the same items. The
Oh
same
boy.
like... Oh no. Uh-oh. Well,
now it's choice time. Do you chase that or just continue here?
no, I have a new funny option with where first magic is. It's gonna be Sun's Grave.
Sun's great. Where is Sun's?
Prelude.
Oh, Prelude. Oh, yeah.
Long
That's
shot to
equally as
get
bad.
hammer, hammer to be fire, fire to get Suns, and it's the one Sun's trick. Because why wouldn't it?
That's still leagues better than it being behind Epona, because you don't have to go to ice to get Kokiri Sword.
Is it though? Because do you really like go out of your way to check Suns before you just like get K-Sword and stuff? I guess you probably do, because it's quick.
Yeah, just to knock one away.
Yeah, it requires choosing fire over Deku though, which I guess again with the long shot, it pushes you towards fire first. And that's assuming it's even hammer. Hammer might just be a hilariously located item, and we could still just find magic in here.
Or, maybe it is for hammer for, like, one key in GTG. So many possibilities.
Yeah, the one hammer locked thing in here. See, Zephyr did what I said, and he got the big chest before he did the fight.
Never thought about that. I'll have to
Man, other people.
keep that in mind next time I see a chest up there.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's one of the like small things where it's, if you're looking for a single item, you should do item checks before other things. I'm not explaining this well.
No, I get it, because, I mean, this is about a solid minute, even with the speed ups.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount of time
Like
in races like this.
I guess one of the examples that bothers me the most is like if you're looking for one item in light trial, right, and you see like 2 big chests, people will spawn the center chests before they check the 2 big chests, and I'm like, that cutscene is technically just time loss if one of those 2 is the item that you're looking for. So like you should check the big chest before you do the cutscene, sort of thing. It's like
Right, because it could just be the one chest that you can see, and you're done. Just leave.
Small little tiny optimizations that I never actually do when I'm playing. Like I'm not actually good at this. I like criticizing other people. That's where my skill set is.
You've got the skill to back it up, Pyro.
Thank you. Yeah. GTG already giving us 4 keys. I am a certified hater of Rockjaw. It's great.
Also, looks like we have right versus left clearing on GTG.
Ooh.
Oh, no, there were Archers. Dang.
Oh, jeez. How many true packs are in this game, man?
I thought it was just a total of 50.
But... Are you a go righter or a go lefter?
Depends what we have. If I have Song of Time and no strength, I'll go right.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, if you have strength too, it's always better to go left.
Mm. There was. That's a pretty early in the maze big check, or big chest, I think. I never remember exactly where the peaks are showing you at the time, but I want to say that was like the 2 key lock, maybe?
I didn't quite see it where it was. All I saw was the center was dead.
Yeah. Center was dead and there was a big boy.
I don't know, sometimes like if I get a key on the lobby, I like to just immediately hop into the maze, get the peaks done, and then check that little alcove that's behind one key.
Yeah.
And then you can just stop picking up keys the rest of the way.
I'd agree with that, because, yeah. I think the ability to kind of not pick up keys is nice, until you realize that you haven't been counting how many keys you see, and then you're not sure if toilet's a key or not. And then you do toilet and it's a key, and you're like, ah, man, I should just pick up the keys from here on out. That's never happened to me before in my entire life, so...
Oh, that was a 2-key lock check? Okay.
So
And yeah, just use the keys here. Why not?
yep. Although this is kind of weird, the routing that Fabio is doing, because I think it technically kind of strands the BMOS check.
Ah, I was just here. Boo.
Less fun. Look at how fucking close our runners are right now. Like, Zeph is literally just about to pick up his magic, like 15 or 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, roughly half a minute apart.
This
This
is
is going
gonna
to be
be
close.
an insane execution race through Shadow and the climb. Wait, Zephyr
We
has Salt and Pepper dead. Oh my god.
So pretty much the difference that Fabio has on Zephyr. Zephyr has that on Salt and Pepper.
They're even closer than it looks.
This is a race, folks.
This is an insane race.
So the ultimate showdown between controller and keyboard for Shadow Execution. Let's do it. I did not see what time Fabio entered.
Yeah, I was not paying that. Oh, Zephyr's doing the badass Shadow strat.
Skipping the first two.
You skip the back because you can just drop furrows if you ever got locked and come back. It's so bold, but I love it.
I'm too much of a coward. I can't.
This is the perfect situation to do this because you're in go mode anyway. So, like, if it's not exactly a key, it doesn't matter.
We'll find out in a second here.
Yeah.
Bailed.
Wow, it worked. That's actually massive. Like, there's a chance he could have just somehow beaten Fabio just by doing that decision. Also, those hover gainers are so cool. I love them.
Love the gainers. I love the little jump slash that Zephyr did coming in at the entrance, skipping the climb up.
Yeah.
All those neat little minuscule time saves.
Yeah. The one kind of already a little scary thing about this is the fact that there was only one key in the front of Shadow, which means we're probably still gonna have to go into the back because we always have to go into the back.
Yeah, go mode Shadow isn't real, and it never happens.
That's fair.
I did not know you could hookshot that side of the wood there. Okay.
Oh, I actually didn't know. So yeah, I mean, this is just a race between two very good execution players who have honestly gone about this seed drastically different routes and have still somehow managed to be within like a minute of each other.
Oh, the chew strats.
God, just have a day, Zeph. Just swag out for
That
the
is-
entirety of Shadow Temple.
Okay, Zephyr has me contemplating trying this now, because look how far ahead he is now. Just from skipping those first two, that's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't actually seem like it's very long, but like both chest spawn cutscenes, like the entire dead hand fight, like you actually cut out a good chunk of time with those two checks. I mean, obviously you surrender some of it back if you have to do them anyway.
But if it
Well,
pays
of
off,
course,
then
but
like
yeah.
it's huge.
It's one of those
Yeah.
like it's fairly low risk with a very high reward. because the time loss of like setting and recalling for roars is a little bit annoying, but then you know, like the time you save if you actually didn't have to do them was pretty nutty.
Yeah, welcome in, bro. Yeah, we saw Magic Go mode here on Restream.
Oh, and then he throws it all by opening an unnecessary small chest. Such a scrub. Yeah. I'm very much a what have you done for me lately type of person. It's like, you know, yeah, you've done all this great thing, but you made that one tiny little thing and I'm gonna nitpick it. I like don't even want to talk. I kind of just want to like watch these two play. This is so fun.
Yeah, this is just great to watch. Just pure execution. It's awesome.
The Ferrari's usage for this. It's it's definitely going to come down to a couple pretty small details here, though. So. Another kind of thing to note, it's fairly minor given how good these guys are, but Zephyr does have more safety with his health than Fabio does. And Bongo is not free. The number
I believe Fabio's in one-shot range if he gets hit.
I think it depends on the attack. I think the hands and the eye have different hit values, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, one of the attacks is 4 hearts. I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah. The number of times I've rimmed an arrow off the like side of Bongo's eye and not like actually stunned him is way too high for me to feel confident about that. But...
yeah, that just feels bad because then you're knocked into the acid and taking more damage as you climb up.
Yeah. How many keys are we in? I haven't even been watching the...
This is 4 here on Zeph.
Yeah, we do have boss key, so maybe if this is the last key...
Hope and pray.
It's totally gonna not be the back of Shadow Ray.
Wow. Blessed.
Oh my god, this seed has actually just been free. That was actually the best go mode shadow you could possibly have from Zeph, because he skipped the first 2 and he doesn't have to go to the back. That is honestly ideal.
You cursed it, Pyro. You made him fall.
Listen, I just, you know, it's not my fault, man. Technically, you could have actually also skipped the falling spike room, I think, but if you do that, you're a psychopath. So. This would have been like an insane co-op shadow to be able to like skip certain things. Like you could have been able to cut like the falling spike room, which the falling spike room actually cuts out the silver rupee collection too, so that's even better. Like, you could have just done that.
Oh, and we have our first place. Gavaroni, 631 GG's.
Okay, I feel like Gavaroni just vanishes during like the major. I feel like I don't see him a lot, and then he comes out in SGL and like kicks everyone's ass. I don't really know if he like still plays outside of like the major tournaments and stuff, but the fact that he's still crushing it is like holy damn. Shoutouts to him.
Yeah, good point. Maybe just some like off-season grinding in between.
Yeah. Just pops up for major tournaments, destroys people, leaves, doesn't elaborate.
Yeah, he was there for S6, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, he just pops up for major tournaments, kicks ass, takes names, leaves, comes back and does it again. Insane. So. But yeah, this Zeph is like basically an entire boat ride ahead off of just that little bit of execution and the decision to skip the front of Shadow. Huge plays.
And GG's to Master Alex. Second place, 207.46, not far behind.
Now that I'm thinking about it too, actually, finding the hammer on the top of Fortress was actually kind of nice for the Ganon fight too. Seed kind of gave you everything you could have wanted. So.
Yeah, it's kind of scary at first when you don't have your magic yet, but in the end, it's nice to have. You don't have to use nuts or hook or anything crazy.
Yeah. So, all the nut strats on Ganon are pretty awesome.
Yeah, it has a nice flow to it. It feels good. But if you can avoid it, definitely do.
Yeah. So, and obviously, like Big Oran, you can actually pull back out in the fight too, and just use that for the crouch stabbing. But hammer is just nice for the menuing because you don't have to do the extra couple menus. But good shadows from both. Zeph just making that bold call to skip the front saved a ton of time to take the lead here. Also doesn't have to fight Salt and Pepper because of the earlier foray into the castle.
I mean, yeah, barring any mishaps on Ganon or Ganondorf, Zeph might be taking the restream here.
Also, I tend to like taking note of this when I'm playing because I'm always a little bit paranoid. Oh wait, he doesn't even have to fight fucking Salt and Pepper. I just said that. I was gonna say he was like a quarter heart away from a one shot, but he doesn't have to do it because he did it earlier. So
I believe he picked up the hammer. I think it just wasn't marked.
Yeah, I think they both did it because they both saw the big chest before they went into GTG.
Yeah, because Zeph, he got that before even doing the guard fight.
Yeah, Zeph just dropping chews as he back walks down the hallway, trying to take the tower down early, but I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to try, right?
Yeah, Demolition Man. If you were to find the load-bearing wall, maybe you could skip phase 1. Just, get right into the pig phase with the...
Real gamer strats, you clip into tower escape.
Yeah, but then you actually have to do tower escape. And tower escape
do it for the fans.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, the shield flicks and the random bomb dropping and stuff in this game is half the enjoyment.
I especially love just dropping every explosive I have after a particularly nasty seed.
Yeah.
This one, not so nasty. Pretty nice, all things considered.
Rotinder coming in with a very solid third place finish with 2:11.24 officially.
Nice, GG's, bro.
Yeah, these
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say these finishes are definitely I think the only thing that these guys did a little bit was not recognizing the long shot as early as they did. I think they dabbled a little bit with the valley stuff, but all in all, very, very solid runs.
Yeah, for sure. So with 19 in the race, what's the average determined by how many? Be top 5 or so?
That is a great question that I'm going to not even try taking a shot at because I do not know. And I don't want to be wrong. Let's look at the rules document. Meanwhile, nice one cycle of Zeph. Probably would have been the only way he would have surrendered the restream win to Fabio's failing the one cycle, but it seems like he's got pretty good buffer here. Maybe a minute or so? If that. 45, 50 seconds.
Yeah, it would take a death on Zephyr's end for Fabio to come back.
We're starting to get some finishes just rolling in pretty consecutively. Just Sam in 4th, Exo in 5th.
Yeah, all pretty tightly close together.
Yeah, definitely. 5 finishes within 7 minutes of each other. It's basically a... like all of those guys were probably within like a boat ride of each other. Like between when Gab finished and when... And that is the last hit for Zephyr, just waiting on the longest 27-second cutscene. Something like that. As Fabio into phase 2.
Get your GGs in chat for Zephyr. Gonna win the restream today.
Very well played race.
And gonna take 6th place. GG Zephyr.
And I think we are getting both runners. Here's Zephyr.
Yo.
Zephyr.
Hey, welcome in, GGs.
GG's.
First of all, before Fabio gets here and we start the actual interview, why did you bomb Running Man? That's messed up. Running Man's great.
I mean, he shouldn't be running there.
That's messed up.
Like,
He's just
that's-
running, enjoying his life.
Wrong
My
place,
Chew-
wrong time.
My Chew was just running and enjoying his life, and
You're saying he ran into the chair.
yeah, exactly.
I got you. How'd you feel about the scene?
It's good. It was I mean, good time. My last qual, so you know, definitely feels good to get at least a decent time on that one. And I completely forgot about the hook path to Bongo.
And here's Fabio, finishing
Hey.
2:15:29 officially. Good game, Fabio.
Yeah, welcome in, GGs Fabio.
Hello.
Yo,
GG.
GG's.
You guys
Yeah.
were actually insanely close going into Shadow, and Zeph, you boldly skipped the front, which flame shotted you when it wasn't required. So
The Uber go mode Shadow.
yeah,
It never works, but when it does, I've been told so many times not to do it because the odds of a small key being in the first 2 checks are way higher than the second 2 checks. And I'm just like, nah, screw that.
that's interesting. But yeah, played out here. Fabio, good game. How'd you feel about the seed overall?
No, the scene was fine. It's just like I didn't play as I did the last Thursday.
Yeah, both of you guys.
Yeah,
It was a very interesting race because you guys like kind of diverged a lot, but you kept finding ways to be on top of each other because the seed was fairly linear. It gave you a lot early and then kind of filtered you into doing progression for a while.
Yeah, it kind of felt like I was a little bit too thorough in my child 1 when I was like, especially, well, I guess it kind of paid off with getting Strength 2 in Goron City, and then it's like, okay, I just gotta get my bow, and then I have Spirit and Forest done. But it just kind of felt like it was taking a bit of time to get all those checks done. And then, like, DC being the Light Medallion and finding the Bomb Bag in River was just, like, such a kick in the nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, so one of the like very beginning kind of decision points was Zeph, you went up River before CAC, and Fabio went into CAC before River, which just set you up to go up DMT and get like your adult Goron City stuff early. But it helped because Fabio went into the well, and Fabio, you got long shot. When were you recognizing the Kokiri to Bongo path was long shot early, or was that kind of not really like on your mind?
I realized, but late, pretty much. But but even though I was going GTG no matter what, I wasn't gonna do ice or go for the Kokiri sword and then Deku. Like my next step after Jabba was GTG, like as soon as possible.
Yeah, we were Red and I on comms were talking about after you guys had done the Spirit Forest dual dungeons, if you would have gone over to GTG before doing IGC because of the long shot, but obviously both ended up being required given the location of the items. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't have the long shot, and then even when I did get it, I was like, oh, this puts GTG in logic, this sucks, and I completely spaced on the Kokiri path from like way earlier in the seed. I was like, oh yeah, hook shot, you need it to beat Shadow, and then getting the long shot, I didn't piece together that obviously both hooks were available and not locking each other.
gotcha.
But at that point, like when I got the long shot, I was like, okay, well, like I was either doing ice into Deku, and now that I have long shot, that puts GTG in a logic. So I'm like, I might as well do GTG first because I gotta go and get Dins anyway in Lake, and it's just more checks overall.
Makes sense, yeah.
So that was my thinking at that point. Like it was just like, well, like in my mind it was a casino for Magic because I completely spaced on that hint. So I was just like, well, I gotta do like as many checks as I can.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. A lot to think about in these seeds, especially with like just how many items were like directly hinted in this seed.
Yeah, I was like, we have Big Goron's a bow, Skullmask is a bomb bag, there's Dins on adult fishing, there's Kokiri sword on Darunia. I'm like, how am I supposed to keep track of all this? And then Goron City was double path. Or well, path for Baronade and path for Twinrova.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other path?
Yeah.
Oh. Where was it?
So wait, which one didn't you have? The Twinrova one?
Yeah.
I think it was like right outside, wasn't it? In trail.
I can't remember actually.
Let me look on our sheet here.
Yeah.
I never touched trail at all.
Yeah, it was the Big Goron hint on trail.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
the one right below the big one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, why did I check the fairy fountain? I'm an idiot.
Well, so to be fair, like
Oh.
DMT's hinted Baron with a bow on Big Goron, so like,
Yeah.
which obviously was bow locked, but we never even found the item, I don't think. So
Yeah, no, I didn't see it at all.
vaguely curious where that is, but not that it's a big deal. But yeah, it was a good seed from both you guys. Execution was solid throughout. The seed was actually pretty nice. Didn't decide to make that hammer required at the end, which we were a little nervous about. But
Yeah, when I ended up getting like the iron boots and then getting the hammer before going into GTG, I'm like, oh my god, is it like... And then I realized I didn't turn in the big Poe either. Big Poe bottle from Valley. And I was like, oh god, is it like actually AD for Epona for like HBA or some nonsense like this? Like, is that why no one's done? Because I'm like, surely magic is just lying somewhere and someone's gonna be finished soon.
yeah. So I think that's it for me. Red, do you have anything or anything else in chat for either of our runners?
No, I didn't have anything else.
Oh, I had one. A couple unnamed people asked how you felt about your rolling throughout the season. But other than that, I think that's it.
I think my rolls were fine, but other people can be the judge of that.
I'll pass that along.
My rolls are always fine.
But yeah, thanks to both of you guys. It was actually a really fun race to watch. You guys diverged. You were within like 25 seconds of each other hitting go mode with the magics. It was a great race too. Both of you are incredible runners, and it's always a blast to watch. So.
Yeah, it'll definitely be
a lot of fun
interesting
watching you guys.
It'll be interesting to watch it back, seeing how close we were finishing, and just seeing like where the divergences were, and then when it all came back together, kind of thing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But good luck. I think both of you just finished up your 5th, right? So I think you guys are kind of locked in with your points. Obviously, there's some more quals to go still, but good luck. Hopefully, both of you qualify and make runs through the bracket. So.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Yeah, good luck, guys. I hope I don't run into you in the brackets.
In these settings, man, anyone can take a game. Especially like 1v1s. I feel like in these settings, it's like if you're super aggressive, it can pay off huge. And it's kind of hard to it's hard to play quals with these settings because it's like there's always going to be like that 1 or 2 items that kind of just screws you up. And if you don't play like conservative or a little bit more thorough than normal, probably it can end up biting you.
Yeah, for sure. Playing quals is a little bit different from 1v1s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, Death Star mentioning in the chat, and we'll throw it here too. The next qualifier is actually tomorrow. It's 2 p.m., which is 1800 UTC, which is what, 6 p.m. No, I think that's right. I don't know.
Yeah, 6 p.m.
Sunday Eastern. Okay. And then same time on Monday. So a couple more 3 more quals left. Again, GG's to you guys. Shout outs to, oh god, I forget who was helping. Skyrius and our restreamers and everyone on the back end. Thank you. I'm closing all of my helping things.
Arias, Mara, and Astar for tracking.
Yep. Follow the runners. They're both great. Always incredible to watch. And then thank you, Artificial Red, my co-con, and I am Pyra. So unless anyone else has anything else, I think we're good to go.